Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, price action hasn't really changed since yesterday, but the price moves into the expected direction. So what we like to see today is on the lower time frames that the Bitcoin price moves potentially a little bit higher before it gets rejected and then breaks down. This is at least the primary scenario on the lower time frames. It always depends on which time frame you're looking at, really. I mean, yesterday's and the day before, the analysis worked out nicely in terms of it followed our primary pathway. The boxes were respected, okay? The boxes that can be used for potentially short trades, long trades if it's a support box. But be aware that on the lower time frames, there are many distortions, okay? So you just need to be a bit more flexible. But overall, I mean, on the daily time frame that we cover regularly, really nothing happened. So I'm gonna leave that out today. Especially over the last few weeks, nothing really happened on the daily time frame. I mean, as you can see, Bitcoin is just, yeah, it's climbing slowly, but it's overall in a corrective sideways range, you could say. Nothing is currently suggesting that a lasting low has been established on the 11th of September. The price is potentially forming a 5-wave move to the upside of the 11th of September low. This is what we would need to see as first piece of evidence that a lasting low has been established. Need to see those 5 waves up. Maybe we're now in the 4th wave, but I do not believe the white wave count, as I said before, until we have 5 waves up, really. I do not trust it. It is potentially in control, but I do not trust it. So, well, let's say it is not, we shouldn't say it's in control. It started to be in control, but because we've seen a series of 5-wave moves to the downside, it certainly got much less likely. But we covered that in the daily updates anyway. So a sell-off, even if we see 5 waves up in the white wave count, a sell-off afterwards is still very, very likely until we see that the price can hold a higher low in a corrective pullback afterwards, which would provide a long trade setup, a long trade pullback setup. Until we have that, the forecast is still lower prices. Okay, I always need to make sure that everybody understands that we can really only listen to what the market is telling us. Okay, we should not try to live in the future and try to work out what the market might tell us tomorrow. That's just doesn't make any sense. Okay, just doesn't make any sense. It would just be an opinion. Okay. You do not come here to get objective analysis to get an opinion, really. You shouldn't really. You come here to expect, hopefully, objective analysis, the relevant pivot points, yeah, which matter for each scenario. And then you can do your scenario planning for your trading plan. Yesterday, someone suggested I should just talk less about if-then, okay? So just give you one scenario, which is of course an oversimplification and shows a misunderstanding of the analysis. I always have to say, any technical analysis, at least any professional one, I mean, you can go to any YouTube channel and you find their opinion, but any professional analysis always depends on if-then conditions, because there's always a level, there has to be a level for risk management that tells you when the analysis goes the other way. So, I mean, what is the primary part, what's the primary task of an analysis? Well, it tells you if you are on the right side of the trend. An Elliott wave is very objective in telling you if we are on the right side of the trend, because the Fibonacci levels and invalidation points that come with the method, they tell us when let's say the alternative scenario, the second scenario is likely playing out, when the one that we primarily follow is potentially getting invalidated. So it's very objective. The wave counts themselves, they are potentially subjective, yeah, and there are many interpretive aspects of Elliott wave, and a lot comes down to the skill and the experience of the analyst. But whatever there is, there is always an invalidation point, and that's the objectivity. I always say, there are hundreds and thousands of opinions on crypto Twitter and among influencers. But really, we want to focus on what's objective. And what's objective? Objective is reward and risk. And you can measure that easily with Elliott wave, right? And that's the advantage. That's what many people don't understand. But I wish that could sink into everyone. Many people come to these videos and think it's too simple. Yeah, markets are not simple, but most of you understand that. 99.9% understand that. So always try to help everybody, but can't. So you need to have that willingness to study it. It's not as easy as you listen to a YouTube video and then you think, and you know that you go long or short. It's not as easy as that. If you don't have a trading plan, you shouldn't even do any trading. Okay, have a trading plan, know what you want to trade, and then you can use the analysis maybe as confluence, as additional signal, things like that, okay? But the analysis doesn't tell you how to trade. That comes from your trading plan. It can support it, and you can look for the relevant areas, but still your trading plan should tell you, okay? Very, very important message here. So any analysis is always dependent on, basically it's based on if-then conditions, okay? As long as the price is below a certain level, this scenario should play out. If we get above that level, another scenario should play out. That knowledge is gold. If you know how to use it, and that comes with your trading skill, if you know how to use that, that's pure gold because it tells you where reward is high and risk is low. Very, very important, okay? So it's very simple. Below the boxes, I'm looking at downside. Yesterday, the price got rejected in this resistance area, came down as we would like to see it. In both scenarios, we wanted to see the price come down lower. So occasionally you see that both wave counts, the primary and the alternative pathway, they are aligned. They are so-called mirror counts. That's usually one of the best places to be in because if you expect in both likely scenarios the same outcome, that's what you want. Yeah, that increases, in my opinion, the odds for that move. Now the price formed potential 5 waves down in yellow wave 1. This is the preferred pathway. In yellow wave 1, in yesterday's video, I highlighted to you that we should, over the next day or two, see a climb, a corrective rise into the resistance area here, which I added to the chart yesterday between 27,750 and 27,972. Ideally, what I'm watching for today is if the price can get into this region and then get rejected there. This would be ideal in this scenario. That would be the expectation for now. And then move down in the third wave to the downside, to around about 26,000, maybe a little lower. Shared the exact target on Discord and Telegram earlier today. And then from here, the pathway to the downside should unfold in the yellow wave count, eventually go a little lower. And if we break above 27,972, which could still happen because we haven't taken out that swing low there, we haven't taken out the Tuesday low. This would be important to confirm further that the yellow wave count is at play. But still, if we break above this micro resistance, this level gets important again, 28,303, okay? So what I will do, I will actually take out now the 50% fib level and then move it over, just to indicate that in an alternative scenario, this circle wave 2 will remain relevant in case the price breaks above micro resistance, because it could be that the circle wave 2 that potentially finished yesterday isn't finished yet, even though I assume it's finished, but it could be that it's just getting a bit of an extension to the upside in a more complex, for example, W, X, Y structure. Okay, that's still possible. And then wave 2 would just reset here and then we come down. That's not anything I primarily watch for because the move down in my reading, in my interpretation, is a 5-wave move to the downside of the Thursday high. And therefore, I'm focusing further on further continuation to the downside. So yeah, it should be clear what I'm primarily watching for today. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in the membership, every Sunday we do the weekly live stream. It's always educational. We also cover some member requests. I always see several requests in the comment section here. We do collect them all on Telegram and Discord because we can't even cover all member requests. So we have to prioritize. So if you're interested in putting requests in, it's not an official membership extra, but we still cover as many as we can in the weekly member live streams. So check that out. Also, you get access to Discord and Telegram, and for gold members, additional market updates. We also launched our stocks and shares service this week, so you can find a link to that in the description as well. We cover the S&P 500 very often, so daily, at least daily, in that service. So that can be very important to get an overall outlook onto the market. So S&P 500 plus 20 stocks and shares are regularly updated. Check it out if you're interested, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.